Yo, what is up? Welcome back to a Stiff Receipt. This has been a very wild, interesting past few days, I guess.
It's
the great Tuesday. We just all came back from the Great Tuesday Night War, and it was something.
I don't know. We got to come up with a good name for that besides the Tuesday Night War. War is long. This was a good battle. It was a battle.
Fracas.
It was a battle. It was a fracas. It was a nice Donnybrook. It was good. No, it was interesting. We also had a pay-per-view that I forgot fucking happened. And then
I did too.
The weirdest ending to a WWE SmackDown in a while. That's saying something.
Yeah. Well, I guess to touch on the SmackDown thing, because most of what happened on SmackDown's not really not that noteworthy, but the ending of SmackDown was just the shittiest ending I think I've seen in a while. It's like they really just didn't have anything for the lead up to the pay-per-view.
No, they did not.
So like
it was just a segment and a fucking
it was like
mad dash to stupidity is all it was.
They drug out this just terrible beatdown segment for like 15 minutes, and then they still had 2 minutes of time left over before they ended the show.
So they literally just stood around doing fucking nothing but staring at each other and jaw jacking to no microphone with nothing going on. And I was just dumbfounded. I'm like, that's how we're gonna end the go home show? That's it?
Yeah, it was just very strange.
Here. One thing did actually happen on that SmackDown. Did Bobby Lashley beat Rey Mysterio for the belt, or was it just a match? Or does Rey Mysterio have the belt right now?
Was it for the belt? I don't remember it being for the belt.
I don't know if the belt was for the belt because I saw that was on here and I forgot about that. I didn't know if he lost the belt.
Now look, because now I'm not certain.
I
don't think it
I'm
was
confused.
though. No, it wasn't. He's still U.S. champ.
Okay, why then why have the fucking match?
I don't know.
I hate that. I really do hate that when you're. I mean, I kind of get where they're saying like if you beat that person, then you can fight them for the. But that even to me, that's stupid. I hate the way that they do shit when it comes to these matches. It's like, are you fighting for the belt or not? Are you defending the belt, or are you just gonna fucking stand around? Because I mean, people don't fight all the time.
Yeah.
But they hold the belt. I kind of get why Roman Reigns has the belt, but he doesn't fight all the time. He's a draw. He doesn't have to. Somebody's got to prove it. Okay, that makes sense. Why are we just sticking Rey Mysterio if he's got a belt into a fucking match if it doesn't matter for anything?
What annoys me about the Rey Mysterio
and
thing right
pinning
now
him
is we sat through this shitty ass Austin Theory run for the US belt for so long, and then Rey Mysterio just randomly wins after taking Escobar's place. So like that was weird. But then I was like, okay, well actually this kind of works out because nobody wants to see Theory with that belt anymore because he's just kind of existing. And then we can now set up this like friendly, like epic match between Rey and Escobar. But then like they had the match, but Rey Mysterio retained the belt. So that's like, okay, so it's like, okay, well that's weird. I feel like that would have been the time to transfer it over, but whatever. And now it feels like we've moved past that. And then it's like, are we gonna have Bobby Lashley take the belt off him and then Escobar take the belt off Lashley? That just seems way less exciting and interesting.
Oh, it is. It's incredibly different and not fun.
Don't know what's going on with that, but yeah. That was SmackDown. So, before I go into Fastlane, I want to mention Raw for a brief moment because going from the US belt to the Intercontinental belt, because we also had a bunch of stupid annoying shit with that was driving me crazy because fuck, I don't have the Raw thing pulled up. I thought I had the match card for Raw pulled up. Rip.
Was that 9th? That was, yeah, 9th. So, yeah, I have it.
Okay, so we had this, we had the thing with Chad Gable, right? Like, Chad Gable and Gunther putting on fucking bangers. And they, he's had this run forever. And, like, they've set up perfectly to have Chad Gable be the guy. Finally be the guy that he should be. Take the belt off. Be the dude to take that shit off of Gunther and make him look like a big star like he should be. And then they've somehow completely transitioned away from that and put Bronson Reed in that spot now for whatever reason. And then it's like, and then it's kind of like throwing Chad Gable to the side. It's like, that's stupid. I hate that. That's dumb. Well, then Raw comes around. It's like, oh, wait, we're bringing it back around. Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, Ricochet. Fuck yeah, dude. They're gonna do it. They're gonna bring him back. And then he fucking lost. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, are we seriously? I hate this. Like, this is like these two situations. Like, both the U.S. belt and the Intercontinental belt right now. They're both those situations where, like, most, like a fan, like WWE person would say, well, you just gotta let it cook. You gotta wait. You gotta sit and, like, eventually everything will work out. But it don't. It fucking don't.
So they always say that.
And then,
let it cook. It's like,
and then we dance around this dumb bullshit over and over again forever.
Listen, when they wanted to say let the bloodline thing cook, I did it for a while, and it was fine. It needed to.
Good things come to those who wait.
For a while it worked. Now we're in what are we in? I'm gonna use the old bald bastard's words against him. We are not in the bottom of the third. We are in fucking overtime. Get this shit done and over with.
And, like,
you're on the top of the 8th when you said that. We are far fucking past that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And
all this bullshit is stupid. Just keep fucking going. But, like, I let that cook and that was fine. But this shit, what they do with Chad Gable, what they do with other people, like, just in the mid card where they just fuck them around because they just want to keep you mid card. If you're only mid card but you're continually fighting for something in the belt, you can stay there. Or you've established yourself as somebody who's in the mid card, upper mid card, and you're like a gatekeeper because you've gone up and come down. Fine, but make him go up a little bit, fight for a little bit, and bring him back down, and he could be gatekeeper for the entire fucking thing. He could just be, you have to beat me to get to the top. He could be Kurt Angle. He could be. Chad Gable is absolute, but he's just slightly shorter than most of the people in fucking WWE. So we're gonna stack Chad Gable and Ricochet and pin him.
He doesn't have the look. That's what it amounts to.
What look? Fat guy in a fucking onesie? I look like Bronson Reed.
It's
what
stupid.
What fucking look do you want?
Exactly. The problem with all this shit and, like, dragging this out like this is, like,
how is Chad Gable? I need to know.
I don't know,
because now it's fucking me off about this. It pisses me off.
By the time it cooks or whatever, by the time everything goes down and we do this dumb little circus to get to the end goal that everybody actually wants, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
That's
no.
the thing.
He's 5'8".
Damn.
Oh my god.
It's actually shorter.
He's not that. He's short, but he's not that fucking short. He's not like, it's not Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's like 5'2" or some shit like that.
Right.
5'5". Chad Gable's not 6. He actually is.
Is he?
Otis is only 5. Yeah, he's not that tall. But Otis is only 5'10".
Yeah, but Otis is shaped like a bowling ball.
Yeah, so is Bronson Reed.
Dude, like, they need to. I want more matches with them two fighting each other. Those are the only match from either of those people that I want to see.
Bronson Reed, motherfucker, I could be Bronson Reed. This is literally my height and weight. Oh, yeah. I'm actually probably fatter than him, 6'3", 330. That's son of a bitch. I could have been a WWE superstar. Not really. I'm not that athletic. Anyways, moving on. No, like, I hate what they do with all these dudes like that, where they're just like, he's not a big dude. Fuck. Not everybody looks like fucking, like Hulk Hogan, where he's 6'8" and 300 pounds of pure fucking muscle, brother. Hang and bang. Like, yeah, that's right. That is actually what he says. Anyways, he like nobody looks like that. Not everybody's 6'8". Not everybody's 6'6".
Right.
I am dead 6 foot tall. Fine. I'm not short, but to them I'd be kind of short. I'd have to be some like explosively powerful dude to be anything for them.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're under that 6 foot, like Kurt Angle had to be Kurt Angle because he's only 6 foot tall.
Right.
He's not as big as everybody else was, but he's super strong, a legit athlete. Wrestled with a broken freaking neck. That's a true fucking story.
Broken freaking neck.
True fucking story.
Yep.
And like he proved himself to be a bad man, so he gets somewhere. But like Chad Gable is every bit of that. I've seen him wrestle, like shoot wrestle.
He's the guy.
I've seen him do it. He is that. He has a personality. So everything you wanted to do with what was it, Gable Steveson or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the dude? Yeah, everything you wanted Gable Steveson to be, Chad Gable already fucking was.
Yeah.
But you wasted time in NXT with Gable Steveson, and nobody wanted him.
Nobody gives
He
a
got
shit about
booed.
Gable.
Nobody cared. He's flat, zero personality, never even worked. It doesn't even sound like he's ever worked on it when he was supposed to be working.
You know what's amazing about that? Is like everybody assumed that they had just let him go after everything. And being booed and just not being a draw at all. They haven't. Like, they still plan on using him. Like, why?
Why?
Like,
There's
just
no
let him
going
go.
back. There's no going. Let him go somewhere else and
Nobody
do something
gives
else.
a shit about him at all.
Turn him
even
into
a little bit.
Fucking announcer for all I give a shit. But I don't care. He's not going to be a wrestler. No one's going to want to watch him wrestle unless he's just going to go full heel and let it go. All right. You know what? I think I turned around on this. If he learns how to talk and he turns heel, this could work. But they're not going to do that with him because they want to play up the fucking, I'm the gold medalist.
Yeah.
Just do it. But my thing was, it didn't feel like he put any effort into it. It didn't feel like he was like trying to talk or like he had put any effort into doing any kind of anything before they stuck him out there. More than, I don't know, man. It just felt like everybody's trying to push him too quick, too fast, and putting all this emphasis on him. It's like, yeah, he's got a gold medal, but so did that other guy. That old bald guy, he had one too. That other guy that you have here is a fucking shoot wrestler too. There's a bunch of people that are like that. Oh, he won a gold medal. He's a gold medalist. What makes him any different than any of the other guys you already have wrestling for you?
Yep.
They're all usually legitimate athletes. You're just, it's bland. I can't stand it. Whatever.
Yep. Well,
but yeah. What happened after that? Fastlane.
I want to talk about very briefly because the most of today. I want to talk about Tuesday. That was the best part of the week for sure.
I'm sorry. What are you referring to? Title Tuesday, sir?
No, I'm referring to the Tuesday night fracas.
The Mountain Dew, honey barbecue, fried Kentucky Fried Chicken, backstage brawl.
Exactly.
Between NXT and AEW. Anyways, Fastlane.
Just to
it was a
brief
PLE
rundown because there's only 5 matches, but they were very lengthy matches.
Yeah.
So like, just as a TLDR, it was a fairly average, mediocre, meh. It was fine, pay-per-view, but like,
it was mid as fuck.
Cody Rhodes, like the tag title match was all right. It was, it didn't suck. It wasn't like crazy. I wouldn't tell anybody to go out and watch it right now, but it was fine. Wasn't expecting Cody and Jay to win. That was actually pretty wild. Wasn't expecting that.
That was the best part of that was the scrum,
which we got to talk about that too.
We have to talk about that.
Then we had the 6-man tag. Bobby, whatever the fuck they're called. I'm just gonna keep calling them the Hurt Profits because that's what they should be called. I like the
Hurt Profits. They should be called the fucking Hurt Profits.
Hurt Profits versus LWO, and then they set up that angle where they were down one person. It's gonna be a handicap match, and then to the surprise of literally no one,
no fucking human being ever,
Carlito shows up, and they managed to spoil his return by giving him the shittiest fucking entrance song that I've ever heard. I am
not his music.
Still
that was bad.
Salty about that. Who the fuck decided that Carlito needed a new song,
I don't know.
especially when like returning like this. That's crazy, dude. That's some of
was
the
weird.
dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That
But
was weird.
regardless, this was probably, God, I would say this was the worst match of the show. I'm gonna be real, which is unfortunate because they're all fantastic, but this was absolutely the most uninvested I was probably the whole night.
I think you might actually be correct, because now that I'm looking back, there's one that I was far more invested in, but there was only one person I cared about in the whole damn
Yeah.
thing. So,
Then,
but anyways,
then we had the triple threat women's match, which was actually really fucking good.
well, I don't know why we say actually. I know what you mean when you say that, but I
Well, it's
don't know
'cause
why we
Charlotte
say
Flair
that.
is in it.
Yeah, well, the ending could have thrown that off, but that was the only
that's-
thing that could have thrown that off. The rest of the match was going to be fucking fantastic.
No, the match was
regardless.
great, and like they were all great. Even Charlotte was great. I
Charlotte's
enjoyed the fuck out of that
Awesome. I actually like what Charlotte seems to be getting up to the top and losing to put
Right.
people over right now. I kind of
And
like
that's another
Charlotte
thing.
right now.
match. She didn't only lose; she's the one who ate the pin.
She did it. She did eat the pin, didn't
Yeah.
she? Holy shit! I didn't
So,
even
like,
take.
And it wasn't even, you know,
Wow.
I was saying it wasn't even for Asuka. It was for Io Sky, and like
Yeah.
that's a big
Yeah.
fucking deal.
Yeah, it was for Io. That was a cool match because it also kind of put Damage Control back together a little bit.
Right.
I kind of like that. I don't know why I
I
liked them
really
together.
enjoyed that match. I was super
was a good
invested
match.
into that.
Yeah, that was
Then-
fun. That was a lot of fun.
Then we had the extremely bizarre match of John Cena and LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. This is a match. It's one of those matches it's exactly what you would expect from like this type of matchup.
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't that great of a match. It was fine. It was a nostalgia thing, right? And I'll tell you, dude, like I don't get excited anymore about seeing John Cena. But like, I'll tell you, the ending of that match when he did that 5-knuckle shuffle, dude, and just kind of he did like the face and then got in the position and that crowd fucking exploded. And then LA Knight finishing it off afterwards with his whatever BFT or whatever. That was
Oh, yeah.
that was awesome. That was just that finish was sick. I loved that.
Yeah, I like the blunt force drama, anyways.
Yeah. And then the main event was Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing. It was like 30 minutes long. It was
24
absolutely
officially.
the most. God damn, it was so good. It was just incredibly good. They went everywhere. They were just all over the place. They got
Can I say the standout thing in that match for me
what?
is the obviously empty seat at the ending of the match of the next to the chick of a boyfriend that is probably very upset that he went to pee at the
Wasn't
time
there.
that he did. Because she's sitting all by herself, a seat next to her.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know there was
toward-
at
towards
least
the
one
end.
other fucking person right there. And that was at the end. The go home for the fucking match was
Yeah.
right in front of them. And he's like,
Right.
I pissed and I can't go back. Great.
But like
Good.
right there early in the match, Seth Rollins brings out every single weapon and throws them in the ring that you can imagine. Like all of
Just
them.
starts chucking them. Just
Even
fucking
tables, dude.
everything.
We're like 60 seconds in the match, and his ass has already got a table going. Later on, he brings out a ladder. Several times, we were doing, like, some wild shit could have, like, happened from that ladder, but they kept not committing to it, which is probably for the best. I don't want anybody to die, but, man, some of those spots that could have happened would have been just awesome to see. But, one of the things I thought was funny about the match is I've never in my life seen Shinsuke do poison mist before, ever.
yeah, he
but-
breaks it out every once in a while.
But the best part about that was they made the poison mist red. So
Yeah.
like, when they did like all the screenshots and whatnot and posted online, what does it look like? It looks like
looks
Seth
like
Rollins has
blood.
been busted open and bleeding everywhere.
It's-
There is
and it looks
no
like
shot
Shinsuke's
that
mouth
was
is
not
bloody.
the intention of that.
Oh, Red Mist does something because each mist does something different. I think red blinds, and like I don't remember what it is. It burns and blinds is the kayfabe thing about it. Is why the red it's a different color, but it was literally just for the blood effect because he looked like he was bleeding from the face the entire fucking match,
and then rest of the match,
and then the whole rest of the match. Shinsuke's spitting out and it's still got the red dye in his mouth. So it looks like he's just continually bleeding from the mouth. It was brilliant. It's a smart idea.
It was kind of funny, but I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I think that's fantastic that you're like, okay, we can't bleed, but we can make it look like we did.
Yeah.
It still looked brutal. It was a good match. It was fun.
That spot, the mist spot in general, when he hit the mist and then Seth fell backwards through the announce table, like, God.
Oh, that was cool. That was
sick.
Really fucking cool.
And then it's like they went out into the crowd, they did a whole bunch of shit in the crowd, and then I think the other funny thing that every time I see it, it's just like I don't know what they were thinking, but like they bring it like towards the area where they're gonna finish the match. And there is, like, the giant-ass, very, very obvious crash pad sitting over there to the side that they're wrestling
it's just like,
in front of. Like, they're right there. It's in view. And they're showing it. It's right there. And then, after they show it and everything else, then they get on the ledge, and then Shinsuke throws Seth Rollins off of the ledge, and then the camera guy make sure to frame it so that you can't see the crash pad. I'm like, bro, you already showed it. Like, I mean, we already saw. Like, who are you trying to fool now, sir? Like,
motherfucker bounced like a rubber hammer
when
he hit the ground anyway.
I think that thing might have been a fucking trampoline. The way
it was damn near one. It was a good thick padding because he bounced a little bit. It wasn't just like, and it wasn't one of those, oh, I landed on a solid object bounce. It was like, oh no, there was give to that. Okay,
it's like they didn't try at all. And it's again, we've talked about this in the past.
Are you talking about the people that did the Mountain Dew match, the pitch black match?
Shit, that's a whole different thing. But like,
yeah, we're telling you that you're telling me that they didn't fucking try. Imagine that.
Like, we've talked about this in the past. Like, it's like the crash pads. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you don't want anybody to die.
Yeah, fine. We don't. Yeah, definitely but it's like, do the crash pads.
It's like when we were talking about the AEW one, the one where Chris Jericho falls off the cell.
That's what I was thinking about.
The whole time you see it right there the entire night. There's never this giant fucking rectangle next to the ring, but that night there just was. And then he falls, and it's like the top of it they had just covered up with like cardboard.
It was literally
that
cardboard.
Had like plastic diamond plate on the top of it.
Yes.
It looked so bad, and then he didn't even try.
Yeah, because everybody looked at it and went, somebody's going through that, and it's gonna be for blood and guts. And sure fucking enough, it was.
That's the thing. I don't get. Those spots are not exciting to watch if they're blatantly obvious like that. It's like, just don't do them. I would rather them just not happen. If you can't figure out a way to make it look believable, then I don't care.
Show the person falling from the stage, and don't show them hitting.
Yeah.
Or show from the bottom, from underneath where they're hitting, them falling down. Because then you don't see the impact and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can pull them out.
It's just weird. Like, I feel like if they literally all they would have, they could have, if they would have filmed it from a different angle, not showed the thing, and then when he fell, it would have looked way more believable. Even though he jumped up like a crazy person, but
right.
But that's what was funny as well. Like when he hit, they cut away to Shinsuke, and then when they cut back to Seth, he's laying on the concrete floor. You know, as if he didn't just bounce off the fucking mat.
Yeah, no, he's just, he fell on the mat and then he fell down. Like, there would have been a way to do that. Like, I don't know. It just, and everything could have been better.
Yeah.
Seems like, as far as that spot goes.
Right.
And that's the only thing that was really terrible.
That was kind of stupid, but like,
that's a nitpick.
It really didn't take anything away because that match was awesome.
No.
And then
don't get me wrong. It's just a weird bitch we have.
Yeah, and then after that, they finished it off the one-winged angel spot through a fucking table where they both almost got counted out.
That was dope. Kind of did that.
It was a great finish. But But yeah, overall, it was an show. But like as I said, the women's match and the main event were fan-fucking-tastic, at least for me.
Yeah.
Something that continues to drive me crazy, since we're still talking about Seth Rollins, is like everybody wants him to lose that belt so bad. I'm like, fucking why, bro?
Why?
Like, we have not. Seth Rollins should have been the guy to take Roman's belt like forever ago, and that's what people have said for forever. And they finally, it's like, all right, we're gonna give him this belt. He's got the belt. He's on this run, doing these great matches with these great people, and now everybody's like, it's like can't fucking handle it for whatever reason. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Doesn't
Hey
make any
guys,
sense.
Guess what? Let it cook. Fuckers.
Well, then, what is there to cook? Every match he's
There's
been in has
one
been
thing.
amazing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You want to talk about let it cook? Let it cook, fuckers. Shut up. Stop bitching. Let it happen. We're having fun.
Seth Rollins has been a great champion, and like
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura, like him and Shinsuke have had some great fucking matches. What would Shinsuke like be doing right now if it wasn't for this? You know, would he just been continue to not get used? His
He'd be
Shinsuke's
back
gimmick
in-
right now has been fucking fantastic.
Just a dick.
Scary
But-
Japanese man,
Fair enough.
evil scary Japanese man. Oh, but,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
but yeah, that
I don't
was
know. I like him.
that was
I
Fastlane.
it was good.
Did anything else happen after that? I think that was about it. Oh, the media scrum. I don't. For those of you who live under a rock, I mean,
Fuck,
the
how
media
did you
scrum is
miss
about
this?
what you expect. But
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, they decided
We're
to get
fucking
fairly
lit.
drunk before the.
Some
scrum.
people were saying at least one of them was not drunk. One of them might have been drunk. The other one was slightly different intoxication.
Well, regardless, it was the
But
most
that's funny either way.
entertaining shit the whole time. I highly encourage anybody to go like watch the full thing, or even like the clip compilations of it, because it was just
Dude, the clips themselves, because they're all out of context, and you're like, what the fuck is happening here?
he just continue making. My favorite is like he's like, you feel me, man? You feel me? And then Cody Rhodes going in there, it's like, hey sir, do you feel him, sir, or whatever.
Are you feeling him, sir? Good. That was so good. And he's just like, okay, one last time. 3, 2, 1. Yeet together. Fucking.
That
so
one part where he
weird.
like barks like a dog. He's like, and then like Cody Rhodes loses his shit.
They were just like, fuck it. We're gonna have fun because we did the first match.
I loved that so much because you could tell Jay was just so fucking excited to be. It's
Jay
like
was having
he's
fun.
doing his own thing. He's excited to be with Cody Rhodes, and he seems incredibly fucking excited.
It's different and different in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not like they got broke up for some stupid thing. They're both like involved in something.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It's like
a good
them
breakup
winning the
for them.
belts was weird.
Yes.
And I was like, is this really what we need to do? Is this really the team? But after, I don't know. After the media
I don't know,
scrum
man.
and everything else, I'm like,
They're-
I fucking
they're the
love
odd-
these two. Let's do it.
Like Triple H said, you're gonna make me follow up the odd couple after that. I don't have anything to say. I guess. Yeet.
Even Triple H says like, even he did the yeet.
Yeah, like I was just like he was like they're the odd couple. They are.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it.
This is great.
Because even sitting there, Cody is so put together. He is they wrestle the match. He comes out perfect hair. He's in a full suit. He looks good to go. Doesn't look like anything. Maybe he's got like a scratch or something or a bruise, but he looks so put together.
Yeah.
Jay is Jay. Motherfucker is in joggers, a cutoff shirt, holding the belts with just the wildest fucking hair because he just was like, I took a shower and got dressed. You're welcome. I'm intoxicated in some way right now. And it was fucking great because they were just incredibly fun, and it was Jay getting to be Jay by himself rather than
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy and Jay. It was awesome.
Yeah. And Jay's entrance is kind of hype too. It's like
It's
when
fun.
he goes up there with the arms and shit, and like the whole crowd fucking joins him.
I was not expecting to enjoy Jey Uso by himself
Yeah.
as much as I have. And putting him with Cody's fine. I get, it's stupid that they're putting him with another tag team if they're keeping him by himself, but he's with somebody else.
To be fair,
tag team.
Realistically, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he's separated himself to be this like big solo main event guy, and then what do? They immediately pair him up with somebody else. It's like,
well, it kind of falls in things, and he's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, what you could do with him is you could character growth him very easily in saying, "Oh man, we lost the belts. I've kind of just fallen back into the exact same thing I did. I need to go do something by myself." It's very easy to do that.
yeah.
Like these two together, it's just a way to get him rehabbed as a character, as a babyface, because everybody kind of likes him anyways because he was the one that ran away, but it's a way to rehab him, it's not a way to rehab him with the fans and the WWE universe, as they call it.
Yeah.
It's not a way to get him over with them. It's a way to rehab his character in story, to show that he can stick with somebody and be a good partner. And I think it's cool to try and turn him babyface like that in story when he was already one. Everybody liked him because he was the one that broke up the whole thing. So it was fun.
All right, now it's time to talk about the Tuesday fracas.
I'm calling it the Battle of Title Tuesday.
The Battle of Title Tuesday.
That's what we're calling this.
This whole thing was the funniest, most entertaining thing to watch unfold on Twitter that I've seen in a long time.
You know what? It wasn't even the shows that were the best part. It was
it was everything
the
else.
Internet.
Dude, the shit because the whole thing. It's like, it's obvious that WWE was doing this because AEW was had to go to Tuesday for a week. So it was very apparent that this was all done on purpose to combat that, so that they could have the better ratings. I said a week ago that it doesn't matter what NXT does, that like on Tuesday, AEW will not have higher ratings. For the sole fact alone that they'll be on a different day. And
it's the day that NXT always was. I didn't expect them to beat them.
There was
I honestly don't think
no reality where they were going to. It didn't matter what they were doing.
I don't think Warner expected AEW to beat them. I think they did it and they changed and they said, "Hey, we're down. We're gonna try and get as many viewers as we can, though, to salvage it. So just pull out the stops." Go for it.
Like when has a show like that ever gone on a day that wasn't the normal day and ever had ratings that were even close to what they normally get? Has it ever happened?
Yeah, because AEW's had to preempt their show and go to a Saturday show, and it didn't do fucking anything, or go to a Friday show and it didn't do fucking anything.
Right.
They've had to preempt to Thursday, and it didn't do anything. And nobody's on Thursday but Impact. Oh, and now ROH.
Yeah.
At the time, nobody was on Thursdays but Impact, but they still didn't do as good as they normally do.
So that was the thing. But that was never gonna happen. So all this seemed unnecessary. But it was funny to watch because it started out with them announcing Cody Rhodes is gonna be on NXT, making a special announcement. I'm like, that's bizarre. And then they're like, oh well, Asuka's gonna be fighting Roxanne Perez. And then, John Cena, he's going to be there. And then so is Paul Heyman. And they're going to be in Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes' corners for the main event. It's like, okay, this is something's happening. What are you doing? And then, this is my favorite part. So that started all the memes, right? It was like, oh, shit, so-and-so's going to come back from the grave and everything else. And then one of the first memes that came up was like, Undertaker returns on NXT. Because that's what it was. It was a joke. Like, it was a meme. And then the rumors, like, a couple days later started happening where apparently Undertaker was actually going to be at the Performance Center or whatever on Tuesday. And then that old-ass motherfucker actually showed up. He actually showed up at the very end of the show. He
fucking choke slam Braun Breaker.
Dude, okay, that choke slam and that punch that he did to Braun Breaker sold the shit out of both those.
Oh no, he did.
Great.
He sold the shit out of it. Braun did him good, and he went up for that choke slam super fucking easy and put it over. It was good. He did Undertaker right.
My favorite part is like Undertaker. He literally looked like they were like, all right, bro. It's like, I know you live nearby. I don't know where he lives, but it's like, you live nearby. We're desperate. I know you're probably sitting at home on the couch right now, but can you get in your car and just come by just real quick? just wearing like casual fucking clothes and probably wearing around the house.
Oh, that's why he went back. Do you know? I mean, that's why he had the American Badass gimmick, the Biker Taker gimmick, is because he stopped wanting to dress up like the Undertaker.
Well, of course.
And then they just kind of transitioned back into the original Undertaker, but kind of kept the same clothes. And now he's just like, I'm gonna wear over and be back to American Badass.
Yeah, they gave him.
And it's like, okay.
I'm assuming that's. I would like to think. I doubt it. I would like to think and assume that that's just Baron Corbin's motorcycle that he's been riding around on, that Undertaker rode to the ring. Because that'd be way funnier.
Time out. I almost guarantee you that is literally his.
It probably is. They probably just have it there and they use it for the shit. But dude, like, I'll say, Undertaker, like, he could barely fucking move, and it was kind of sad.
That's what everyone's been talking about. I think the phrase that, or
his walk
sentence
is
I heard was
a little depressing.
I could hear his knees through the fucking TV, and it's true. You could. They were bad. It was bad, dude.
So that was a little depressing.
We gotta. Okay, no. Not only that. Can we also talk about the fact that Cody Rhodes was commissioner for the tonight?
No. I got ahead of myself and I wanted to talk about the Undertaker thing. But let's back to the beginning. All right. So, after all the memes and everything that came out, then Tony Khan finally was like, all right, for the first half hour of the show of Dynamite is going to be commercial free. And then he included like a GIF that was like, it's like, yeah, well, if you want to be dicks about it or something like that was the GIF. And then NXT said their first half hour is gonna be free. So like the posts from Tony Khan, you just have to look at them. They're fucking great. And like the GIFs that he used, dude, he was throwing so much shade. It was amazing.
He was fucking on one. He had gotten into the stash that he had forgot about and just really went to town on it, man, because he was fucking on a tirade. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, there was one that was talking about, like, what was it? A fucking bald asshole was the gift?
Yes!
Gift?
Fucking bald asshole. And I was like, what the
Oh my god. But it
was hilarious.
So there was that. Then after they did that, he announced that there was going to be a 10-minute overrun on Dynamite. But NXT is a new 8-minute overrun. So then Tony Khan, he's like, all right, well, we're going to have a 30-minute pre-show free on YouTube. Fucking Eddie Kingston versus Minoru Suzuki.
I can't believe that was a free. They fucking threw Minoru Suzuki and Eddie Kingston on a free fucking pre-show on YouTube.
Right?
Holy shit.
And then
this was literally like battling pay-per-views almost.
So another thing,
so fucking weird.
Another thing that I know, I saw several people talking about on Twitter. I wasn't paying enough attention to notice, but apparently Dynamite actually ended up going 45 minutes ad-free instead of 30.
Yeah, it did actually.
And also,
it was hilarious.
Instead of going 10 minutes over, it went 15.
Yes, it did.
I want to know how much it cost Tony to do both of those things.
I guarantee you, Warner just gives it on that.
They may have, but
as far as the overrun, no, the overruns, he's telling you that they're getting overrun so that you can continue to watch and they get that extra watch time to say, anybody that's over there, come over. We're gonna have an overrun, and that means that we're gonna have an 8-minute, we're gonna have a 10-minute, and it ended up being 15. But that's because they were trying to get people at the end to peak for that last rating to get that last little bit. Mm-hmm. But either way, it was a brilliant idea. And
they honestly, get all the people transferring over to see.
Exactly.
It's like after NXT went off the air, there was still 7 minutes of Edge's debut match against Luchasaurus, which was fucking incredible.
Which ended in another one of those weird, like, long ass. Everybody clear the fucking locker room shit, like at the end of SmackDown.
I hate that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah,
I do.
just
I do too.
I don't like when it's like, oh, we'll just throw the entire locker room down there to help, so that there's 15 people in the ring. It's like,
It's a very
whatever.
WCW way of doing
Yeah.
things, honestly. It kind of that's what it reminds me of. But I mean, that one was that's annoying. It didn't feel quite as dumb as the one for SmackDown, because the one for SmackDown just ended with them standing in the ring for like 5 minutes doing fucking nothing. And this one was just like there's people beating each other up, and then the end of it is the go home and the spear spots and everything. So
yeah.
it worked a little bit better, but it was still fucking stupid.
So, the Tuesday Night War started
Yes.
out. So, on the Dynamite side, they
Yep.
started the show with Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland for the #1 contender for the TNT title, which is insane.
Fucking
The first
killer
match
match.
of the show, it was incredibly good, as you might imagine. It was like 20 minutes long, I think, or probably near 20 minutes. It was a long fucking
16:06
match.
actually. It was 15 minutes. It was 16:06.
It was a lengthy match. And
Yep.
you know what NXT was doing for that entire 16 minutes and 6 seconds? They were having Cody
was
Rhodes talking in the ring the entire time that match was going on. The whole match, like literally.
They were gonna win the ratings, but they did not win the episode. Let's put it that way.
Right.
They did not.
So Cody Rhodes, he comes out, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of watched snippets and whatnot. But he comes out saying he's gonna be the GM for the night, and they're doing the Dusty Road Classic, which is literally what every single person said that he was going to talk about.
Because it's about his fucking father, and we all knew that was going to happen. He also did the whole I said in my contract I was never going to step into NXT, which is funny because he had to do it like a weekend to clear medical.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. But I'm never coming into NXT, I'm never coming into the PC, never again. And he's standing in the NXT ring, and it's like, yeah, that's rough. Thanks for tugging on those heartstrings, Cody. You always know how to do that. I'm honestly kind of wearing thin on the whole Dusty thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
But he announced the return of the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and then men's breakout tournament. And then he announced that he was going to be GM for the night. So this took 15 minutes. This all happened while the Danielson Swerve Strickland match was happening on. Then I somehow it led to I guess Dom and them came out or something, and they he ended up booking a NXT World Title match, impromptu for the night. Dominic Mysterio versus Ilya Dragunov. But it doesn't stop there. That wasn't random and weird enough as it was. Also, LA Knight was going to be a special guest referee because, sure, whatever. All right, okay.
He's doing nothing on a Tuesday.
He ain't got nothing to do. We might as well bring him down to referee the match, I guess.
Yeah. But
And then, like, before that match happened, let's see, at this point, so we've got past the Swerve Strickland and whatnot match. So at the time, after the Bryan Danielson match, it was Powerhouse Hobbs versus Chris Jericho, which again, like, weird, like, random ass pairing, but I was here for it. It was all right. I will say, I'll give them this. During the Hobbs and Chris Jericho match, NXT was doing Asuka and Roxanne Perez. And I'll be real, I think I would have much rather watched that match.
then Hobbs and Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good match.
Yeah.
Asuka and Roxanne were
Asuka
better.
and
But
Roxanne
I don't
Perez.
know. That one went 6. The other one went 7. They were around the right
Yeah.
time.
And-
it's fine.
You know, it irritates me, like, because, like, why Roxanne Perez keeps getting booed on NXT? Like why? Did she do something or something? Like, I don't get it.
turned on her for no fucking reason because they always film it at Full Sail and they're full of a bunch of fucking idiots.
I fucking love
That's
Roxanne
honest
Perez.
to God. That's honest to God the only reason she's getting booed, because as soon as she started getting booed, everybody on the internet started posting the links going, what the fuck is happening at NXT? No one understands why they turned on her, but they just fucking turned. That's all right. I would have rather watched that match than the match that followed Chris Jericho and Powerhouse Hobbs, other than the fact that it was, I guess they're kind of good, but it was just a weird match.
Yeah, so this is like I'm annoyed.
No, I take it back. That one was fine. I'm getting the two mixed up. The Orange Cassidy and Ray Phoenix is fine. It was for a reason.
It's everything. I'm so annoyed with the fucking what is it called? International
Why
title.
does that say AEW TNT Championship? Because that's the international.
It's a typo, but like, I'm so annoyed with that belt right now because Orange Cassidy, he had that, just fucking killed that run. It was so great. Really brought that belt to life because it really didn't have any life before that. And then loses to Jon Moxley at the pay-per-view in a fucking just incredibly good match. And that was the perfect person to lose that to. And like now, it's like we're in a position where Jon Moxley can take that spot and be the guy to carry the belt and, you know, do the weekly like fucking matches and all this shit. Then we have that shit with Ray Phoenix with the concussion and the referee being a fucking idiot. And now
I'm blaming the ref.
I blame the ref too. But like this, so everything got fucked up now because of that. And then we gave the belt to Ray Phoenix, which I'm like, okay, well that's cool. Ray Phoenix is fucking great. And it's like now Tony is like, I feel like he's in like a panic mode. He doesn't know what to do. And it's like, all right, well we'll have him drop it back to Orange Cassidy and we'll just continue where we left off with that. It's like, okay, I guess that's fine, but like, I don't know. I think we could have let Ray cook a little longer.
Yeah, no, Ray was never supposed to have it.
Right, he obviously wasn't supposed to have it.
Why we're panicking, but I think he already has something that they want to do with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And they've kind of been hinting at it anyways.
Yeah, there's been some like little subtle hints stuff and whatnot. But
yeah. And did you see the end of that match, what they did afterwards, kind of how he did everything?
I didn't see the whole ending and whatnot, but I've seen people talk about it.
So the ending, he literally just picked up the belt and stared at it. And everybody came
and like ignored his friends.
Yeah, kind of, and he just stared at it. And he brought the backpack to the ring with him. And last time when he won it, he immediately stuffed in the backpack and put the backpack on. And that was the whole thing, and that's what he's been doing the whole time. This time he looked at it, stared at it, and then he got out of the ring, and everybody was standing around him, and he was still staring at it, and he looked up, and then he started, like, fist bumping everyone and kept looking at it, and then, like, he didn't put it back in the bag. He walked up to the ramp with it.
Right,
like holding it differently. It was a whole different demeanor from Orange Cassidy this time. The whole thing was different. Him walking out was different. He still fist bumped the kids and stuff like that, but it was completely different. And it was interesting because it's a new version of Orange Cassidy we're getting. So I think that's kind of what they did. They're like, oh, we still can't put it back on Jon Moxley. Put it back on Cassidy. He's got something good. Yeah, we don't know if Moxley's just fucked his head bad.
We'll play it back again in the future, I guess. But then immediately after that, Wardlow squashed another person because that's the only thing Wardlow knows how to do, apparently. They bring him back, and it's like, okay, got Wardlow back. Let's fucking do something with him. No, we're just going to continue to have him squash every goddamn person in the back who hasn't wrestled on AEW TV in 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
So this week's person who hasn't wrestled in 2 fucking years is Matt Sydal, which is unfortunate because he's great and is never used for anything.
I hated this. Every single fucking second of the 58 fucking seconds that this entire match took. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. The entire minute 58, including his fucking dead walk, fucking dead-eyed trot to the fucking ring, to face Matt Sydal, who didn't get a fucking entrance, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
And just 58 seconds of
Just
power bombs and depression is what that
just
was.
don't
And I'm
get
just
it.
fucking over it.
the thing about it is these you do these matches, right? Like early on, you do like a handful of them. It's like, okay, well, we've established this dude as like the big, strong, you know, full strength big man guy, and then you go back to doing normal shit. Wardlow has been doing this same shit for like a year.
Yep.
And I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Because everybody looks at Wardlow and looks at him wrestle, and they think, oh man, he could totally be the fucking guy. And then he opens his stupid fucking mouth, and he's a himbo. I don't want to be mean about the guy because he seems like a really nice guy. Okay? Genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's the most bland, fucking uninteresting person I've ever heard talk.
Yeah.
One of. And I don't hate him. He's not the guy, though.
Yeah.
Is he the guy next to the guy? Yes. Unfortunately, that's what you're going to be, dude. You're always the guy next to the guy. That sucks, but
Yep.
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we're acting like he's anything other than that.
At this point, no, he fucking ain't.
No.
But during that and probably during that and probably a good portion of the next Dynamite match, NXT had a random ass impromptu 6-man tag of Butch and Ridge Holland and Tyler Bate versus Gallus in a pub rules match that was actually, from what I've seen, looked like a really fun, kind of entertaining, like goofy ass match.
It was a goofy match. It was just for fun.
So
and it was
I
fun.
definitely give NXT that one, because this is the only thing that happened during that period of time was the 4-minute Orange Cassidy match and a squash match with Wardlow. So, but I guess I probably the 6-man tag was probably still going on at the time of the next match, which this has Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page on it, which is not what happened. It was Jay White versus Hangman Page. And
Yep.
once again, a just fucking banger of a match.
Yep.
About 20 minutes long. Good shit.
Mhm.
And then during probably about halfway through that match, it's when the Ilya Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio NXT Championship match with LA Knight being the special guest referee match happened. I'm gonna be real. That match probably was fine. I hadn't sat and watched all of NXT yet, so I probably should. But I bet the match was fine. And then we got NXT Lola Vice versus Danny Palmer. I do not know who those two people are. Do you?
Neither do I. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm gonna be real. I've never heard of either of those names in my life.
I honestly have not either. I'm looking at them.
Yeah,
Right now.
That's the women's match going on NXT. Meanwhile, Dynamite has got Hikaru Shida versus Saraya for the AEW Women's Championship.
You know, they're one women's match a week.
Right.
Kill me.
And it was a pretty lengthy one. They gave him some time, and
It wasn't that lengthy. It was 11 minutes.
11 minutes for a women's match on a TV show,
Fair enough.
not a pay-per-view.
Fair enough.
But Hikaru Shida ended up winning, which was actually wild to me, because that shit, the internet has been wanting Saraya to lose that belt ever since she got it. So I feel like this was like a Tony being like, fuck it, we'll just give them what they want so everybody will watch us more.
I don't know. I mean, that whole
Saraya's
title
run
thing.
never went. It never started. Like, she got the belt and then nothing else really happened.
How many matches has she had?
I don't know.
3,
Let's see.
I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, counting All In.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many
4
of those
matches.
was she? How many of those were all of her title matches?
No, matches in general.
She's had 4 matches.
4 matches total.
Okay.
3 championship matches, counting All In. So she's defended the title 2 times.
Well, there you go.
So it's like the problem with this whole situation right now is that Toni Storm and her character is so like entertaining at the moment.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking
It's
good.
the best.
And
It's the best.
Toni Storm should not have lost the belt, realistically, especially given like the shit now. We need the belt back on Toni Storm. That should be what happens.
This
But I'm
gimmick
fine with Hikaru
with
Shida
the
having it
belt.
for now. Yes.
Yeah, Shida can have it.
We
This
need
gimmick with the belt.
This gimmick
is
with the
fantastic.
belt. That's what we need, because it will be fucking great.
Oh, I love that they've just stuck RJ City with her just to talk to her. That's the only person that talks to her now. That has been the most fun part of this is RJ City
Yeah.
and Toni Storm together. They're fantastic. RJ City's great anyways, but those two together are hilarious. When she debuted the whole Timeless thing, when that came out like that, and they're talking to each other the whole time, those were the funniest fucking segments I've ever watched, because he's just
Yep.
like, are you okay? You're visibly not okay. Your makeup's smeared. It was fucking great.
But NXT, it's simple. I don't remember when it happened exactly. There was a point where Paul Heyman was talking to the Rock's daughter backstage about the bloodline.
Yeah, because she just got kicked out of the other thing.
Yeah.
So
To be
they're
fair,
gonna
she didn't
move
look
her up
like
already.
she wouldn't. The look on her face is she wasn't fucking having any of it, but it was kind of funny because like the way Paul Heyman was doing it, he had his phone out. He had his phone out and he has a bloodline like phone case on. He held his phone
Yep.
sideways and he was pointing to it like each letter, like spelling it out. It's just like, god damn it, I fucking love Paul Heyman.
He's the best
Oh.
and the worst, both at the same time. Terrible human being, but
And
the
then-
best at this fucking business.
NXT had their main event, which again I'm sure was fantastic. Carmelo Hayes was Braun Breaker, John Cena in Carmelo Hayes' corner, Paul Heyman in Braun Breaker's corner. Sure, it was a great match. Said I hadn't watched NXT yet. I will be watching that tomorrow for sure. But then after that, that's when the Undertaker come back and we got the choke slam, and then it was like there's bigger, older badasses than you, Braun Breaker and shit. And then they had like him and Carmelo as they were walking back to the ring. They did the fist up in the air thing together. It's just bizarre, just weird. I don't even want to say it was bad. It was just strange. I don't know. It was just strange. That was the only part of NXT that I actually sat and watched because I was dumbfounded when somebody told me that Undertaker was actually there.
I remember that being a thing. I told you, it's like, he's actually gonna fucking be there, because
I still can't
they
believe he was
did the-
actually there.
they did the NXT commercial, and at the end of it, they teased with the bell, and they never do the bell unless he's gonna show up somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody
It's
made
just
a
what they do. It's
somebody
so
made a comment
fucking weird.
about that. And I don't remember who the fuck it was. Somebody like on wrestling TV, like they said, like, oh, that song, the end of that song sounds awfully familiar or something like that. I don't remember who said it. though.
Yeah.
But that was
weird.
so that the Undertaker thing was the 8-minute overrun for NXT. So Dynamite, the main event for Dynamite, the way that they seemingly structured it, because NXT, they never said that they were going to run over. Tony Khan did specifically. He said there's going to be a 10-minute overrun. So the way, in my mind, that he had things structured is like NXT will end at 10, and then we got this 10 extra minutes. So they had Christian come out and deliver a promo, scathing promo. Like, god damn. And
He wasn't pulling any fucking punches that night.
what was it? It was like,
Holy
it's like I have a
shit.
lot of fans around the world. In fact, I know your wife, Beth, is a huge fan.
fuck, dude. He
Oh,
is
and then like,
just-
what was it? It's like, tell the like, make sure the sheets are clean on the bed because Daddy's coming home, kids. Or some shit like that.
Fuck me.
And it's like,
He's
God
such a scumbag.
damn, dude.
He's
Just
so good at being a scumbag.
Just the fucking most scathing promo I've ever heard in my life. And then they drug that out till about nearly 10 or so.
Yeah, it
And
took a while. It was weird.
Yeah.
Wild.
They, as I said, they structured it like that so that they could start the match at 10. Because NXT was going to be over at 10. But it wasn't. So, 10 o'clock hits. That's when the Undertaker's out doing his shit. And then that's when Edge finally comes out. Bro, he doesn't even do an entrance. The music plays. He sprints. Dead sprint straight to the ring. And Christian just fucks right on off.
Yeah, he fucking books it.
And the good majority, like the beginning of the match, was Luchasaurus just fucking beating the shit out of Edge.
They played up the neck injury.
Yes, the neck
Oh,
injury.
that-
They built that shit up for a while. It's like in my mind, I feel like this obviously may not be the case, but in my mind, I'm like they're dragging this shit out because they're waiting for NXT to be over.
They really were. I think Tony went,
Yes.
hey, do you think you could like drag at least 2.5,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5 minutes out? And Edge was like,
So it was like a good.
yeah, I
beatdown.
can fucking do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was a good beatdown for a good while, and
Yeah.
said they instead of going 10 over, they ended up going 15 over, which I have never watched a wrestling show ever in my life that has gone 15 minutes overtime.
That was wild.
That was the first time I've ever seen it.
Wild. I looked down at the time. I'm like, it is, because I'm Central Time. I was like, it's 9:12. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Are they still? They're still going. They said 10-minute overrun. We're going into 15. Holy shit!
Yeah.
But they can do, as far as I understand, because TBS and TNT really don't have any shit going on after those fucking shows. You know, they just go into Young Sheldon episodes. They can overrun as far as they want, really.
Funny thing, like coming since you mentioned after the show. So this is a fun thing to know. Both NXT and Dynamite ended with John Cena, because John Cena was on NXT, but he was also hosting the game show that came on after Dynamite.
Oh fuck, you're right. That's it's what was it? Wipeout, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, or
Is
the
it not?
or the ad for it at least.
Yeah, it was the ad for Wipeout because
Mhm.
they're fixing to premiere the new season
Right.
on there. Yeah, no, that's
So
hilarious. I didn't even fucking think of
thought
that.
was funny, but yeah. So like after they kind of like they did the beatdown thing, they played out like the neck injury and all that. The shit finally started going. There was one point where they had set up a chair in the corner, like wedged in the ropes, and Edge, quote, didn't see it, and he goes for the spear to hit Luchasaurus, moves out of the way. Bro, I feel like he hit that chair like a fucking missile. That looked like it hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, he fucking.
And then, shit ends up going outside the ring. So there is a point. You gotta, just a reminder to everyone, Edge is, 49, I think. I could be wrong.
No, he's not that old.
Are you sure?
I'll look it up. Hang on.
Oh, no, Christian's 49. Edge is 49. Wait, they're both 49?
Are they really? They're fucking 49 years old.
Oh, they are. They are
Christ.
both 49.
Almighty.
so-
yeah, no, didn't they go to school together? Isn't that the thing?
Yeah,
They're, friends
they've been
since
like
kids?
lifelong friends, yeah.
Yeah.
But Edge does, from the apron, does this just sick ass tornado DDT to the floor. 49-year-old man. And there's a point where the stairs are set up, like in the middle, at ringside. And Luchasaurus is over at the left side of the ring. Edge sprints up the stairs, does a diving spear from the stairs into Luchasaurus. It just God damn it. It was just so badass. How is he still going at the level that he's going at 49?
Because I've been looking at him since he started back in WWE, and he's one of those guys where it's kind of like Soraya or anybody that's really had problems where they've been gone and come back. He's continued to keep himself in good shape
great
because he's
shape.
done acting stuff.
That's like
He's continued to keep himself young in ways that he could because he was trying to rehab his neck too, apparently.
yeah.
So he's put the work in to continue to be incredibly athletic, and it's probably super hard for him to do that at 50 years old. But modern science and how that works, and what we know about replacing testosterone as you get older, and working out now, he can keep at a higher level. And I think you'll see that as certain people get older,
Yeah.
they're going to continue to be good. That life expectancy for a wrestler is going to extend because, one, everybody understands how to work safer.
Yeah.
There are people that put their bodies out and you're going to get hurt, but we have way better rehab methods. We understand how to fix necks now.
Yeah.
We got all these things that we can do for people. You're going to see people's extend. It's going to go one of two ways, because they're doing crazy spots. They're going to super shorten their expectancy or their shelf life as a wrestler, or they're going to be safe enough that they're going to be able to extend it because we're getting, like I said, modern medicine's better. We understand how to hit, or they understand how to work better now and safer and make it look good. So I think he's one of those. This is that era where those guys from like Attitude Era and a little later, it's like, well, we can extend you out a little bit longer because you guys didn't quite do as much as everyone else did.
Yeah.
But him especially, though, really fucks me up because of all this. Actually, both him and Christian fucked me up a little bit, because look at the other other four people from that three-way tag match from back in the day.
None of them are in good shape.
The Hardys are terrible shape,
especially
as
Matt.
good as they can be.
Matt can barely walk.
Matt's got a fuse back. He actually, I think, the thing about it is, it looks like he can barely walk. From what he said, he's fine as far as like movement goes.
No more diving leg drops anymore.
Yeah, he can't do the little diving leg drop. He can't do shit where he like lands on his back or like lands straight on his like hips and stuff because of that. And that's fine. Find other things that you can do, but he can still take a bump. He can still do shit. I mean, it looked awkward because of the fusion.
It's
now.
funny.
So movement awkward, but he's always been kind of weird looking.
The leg drop thing, right? It's like that's why Hulk Hogan is so fucked up. And just imagine, Hulk Hogan was doing it from the fucking floor. Matt Hardy was doing it every night from the top rope.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking of like just him doing it as much as he did. Just the fucking lazy ass Hogan leg drop that he did. And it still fucks him up. But I mean,
but currently right now, when you look, like, you compare like Edge and Christian, both of them together, you compare them to anybody else who's like from that time period, who is, or even just that age, right? There is nobody that is even close to being as in good of a shape as those two. It's quite wild. Edge, probably both of them, both Edge and Christian, I think right now may be in the best shape that they have ever been in, literally ever. It's
I
wild.
think they're at the peak of what they can do now. Because as good as Edge and Christian were back in the day, promo-wise, hearing them talk now is way different because they've learned more stuff.
Yeah, back then they were just kind of like these scrawny dudes as well. I mean, they're fairly tall, especially Edge, but like they were kind of like scrawny dudes.
But I mean, now they're still skinny guys. They've got a little more weight because they're older, but they're still skinny guys. Like, I look at Edge and I don't look at him as any like incredibly athletic guy, other than he looks like he works out. And then I look at Christian, I'm like, you are the most awkwardly shaped motherfucker I've ever seen.
Not that awkwardly shaped. If anybody's awkwardly shaped, it's Chris fucking Jericho with his weird ass legs.
No. Chris Jericho's got weird bow legs and he's barrel chested. Christian Cage, actually, you want to know who he looks like to me, who also is built the same way but more muscular, is Powerhouse Hobbs. They have these tiny little bodies, but these ridiculously lanky fucking legs and arms. It's like an eraser with fucking, I don't know, like pins coming out of it, just like no body and just all fucking legs and arms.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think of them as incredibly athletic, but they are incredibly athletic, and they look better now than when they were just skinny guys before. But they're better on the mic now than they ever were, and they were fucking great back in the day.
Yeah. It's wild, dude. It's like they're both great shape. They're both doing like, you know, promo shit, especially Christian. That's some of the best that they've ever done. Christian is like single-handedly like brought life back to the TNT belt that has just been just a pile of shit for so long.
Yep.
I'm excited. It was awesome match. Fucked with it. It was a good debut. We had some fun shit happen with it. Got just devastating promo out of Christian before the match. Great.
Got
It
more
was good
killer
shit.
fucking spears the whole time.
Yep.
Some of the best spears he's ever done,
Yep.
or done in a long ass time. He's got one of the best spears though.
He does.
Honestly, the only other person that did it any better was, well, it was Goldberg, but that's
I was
because
gonna
he's
s-
just an asshole and
I was
actually
gonna say,
fucking
like,
hit you.
Goldberg always had the best spear, but it's because he's literally trying to kill people. Like,
Yeah. Edge, at least it's like, oh, that's not quite as bad as Goldberg's, but you
It
can
was
tell
like-
it's like, oh, somebody took it and it was safe.
it was like
okay.
the full, like, Goldberg does it. He's completely horizontal, just flying at them like a missile.
And have you ever like actually watched what he does? He fully fucking flips your legs out from underneath you.
Mhm.
Like there's no taking it. He fucking gives it is what he does. And he always lands in the middle of you, whereas like everybody else lands to the side. He lands directly
Mhm.
fucking between your legs and just gets up and looks at everybody. It's like, that one hurt. You're a dick.
Right.
Oh well. But it was Battle of Title Tuesday was very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Said I haven't watched NXT yet. I'm sure a lot of the NXT show was great.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
sure
just-
the wrestling was great. I'm sure like
It
that's
was
not
just-
it. It's just never my show,
think
so I don't pay attention
the
immediately.
whole-
I'll look at it later.
The whole deal is like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who did better or what. I think obviously, as I was saying earlier, as I've been scrolling through here, the ratings did come out.
Yeah, they did.
And obviously, Dynamite did worse than NXT, as they should have, because it was on a different day of the week.
Yep.
The peak viewers for NXT was, funny enough, the Cody Rhodes segment, the promo, 991,000, which is definitely
You don't
high.
fucking say.
That's high for NXT for sure. But Dynamite did 731,000 viewers as a peak on a
Yeah.
day that they don't normally have, like, of the week. And that was during the Christian Cage promo and during the Brian Danielson and Swerve Strickland match.
I had to put this to get the Edge, Adam Copeland, rated R superstar Bryan Danielson, who fucking knows anyways.
Right. But
It's yeah.
But like, the whole thing is, it's like the only reason, like what other reason would there have been to have just stacked NXT like that so hard? Like, it's obvious.
It's literally just that.
It's absolutely obvious. And like, realistically, I the thing to take away from that is like, to me, it makes it look like that they don't believe in their NXT talent because they wanted to get the higher ratings for the day by bringing in other talent from their other shows because they didn't believe in their own talent. That's the way I look at it.
You're not wrong.
But, you know, it is
I
what
don't
it
know.
is.
It's just it does tell me that they don't believe that, but I think it was also more than that. I think what it actually was just a way for them to like try and stick it to to AEW and just
Right.
fuck with them a little bit. And I know that's why Tony was being a dick on Twitter, which was hilarious.
That was the best part, realistically.
Oh, it was legitimately the funniest part. Yeah, no, that was fun. The memes all week were fantastic, and then like the day of or the day before, when everything was like starting to become a thing,
Mm-hmm.
like all the shit that people were saying, like, and we're gonna bring back. Who was it that they said? Everyone's like, we're gonna bring back. Chris Benoit
From the grave,
shit.
yes, that the
Chris
meme
Benoit
of that
from the
that was
grave,
going
like,
around.
Jesus Christ. I was like, you people are fucked up, but also I would pay to see that.
But
Do it.
from what I can tell, unsurprisingly, that episode of NXT was the most watched episode of NXT since the year that NXT came out.
Yes. And it took was everybody that's on the main roster that's over, plus the most legendary wrestler they have.
Or it's the highest viewership NXT since 2019.
And again, I'd like to repeat, all it took was everybody that's
John
every
Cena,
talent,
Undertaker,
the most over talent,
LA
and
Knight,
the most
Cody
legendary person they have.
Rhodes. And that's all it took.
It took the entire full main roster and 2 legends. Fuck off.
Oh fuck,
It's so stupid. That annoys the piss out of
that's
me.
so wild.
It's hilarious that it's like, and I get it. Stick
Yeah.
it to them. Fuck with them. Whatever. I don't give a shit. It's fun for me, if we're honest. But like, man, I hate people. Like, I knew AEW was not going to win that. I don't care
said
that
it
they
from the
win
get-go.
ratings battles.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I just don't want them to get taken off the air because I really enjoy their product.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want WWE to be taken off the air. I don't want them to fail because there's a whole lot of people that are really cool that work for that company, whether you like everybody there or not. There's a whole lot of people that would lose their jobs. I want them places to be good, but shit, stop fucking trializing everything. Maybe I don't enjoy WWE as much, but man, if you like it, you like it. I just don't. It's just all there is to it. Just stop being. It's just always. It just feeds more into. Oh, they're not doing it because they don't really care. They don't care about AEW. Okay, listen. There's a 6'6" man with the worst knees I've ever heard through television, and you're telling me they don't give a shit about AEW. You're lying to everybody, including yourself. They should care.
Yeah.
It's direct competition. Maybe they're, quote, an alternative. And yeah, they are pretty different in how they do things, but they're still competition. They should care about each other.
Yep.
They should care that they're trying to do as well or just well enough to continue to survive, and they should do that. But they should kind of care what's going on because they want to make sure that they're doing the best they can. Competition's good for everyone.
Like
Generally.
realistically. So Dynamite drew less than 200,000 less than the week before, I might add. And that was on a different day than they're normally scheduled and going head to head with NXT. I mean, like,
Hey, what was the key demo on that?
it's 0.26 for Dynamite, 3 for NXT.
So the difference in key demo was even smaller.
Right. I mean,
That's the
fun, like, I don't know. Like it said, like that much of a dip, or that little of a dip, for being on a completely different day and going head to head with another wrestling show.
Man, I didn't want to say it. They didn't win in numbers, but comparatively, they kind of won that situation because they didn't draw much less than they normally do, and they were on a whole fucking different day.
My thing about it is, as well, is Dynamite, the card, like, they had great matches and they had like good pairings and shit like that, but none of this felt like they shoehorned it in. This felt like, well, this is just, you know.
All of this, the exact same booking could have happened the very next day. And I think it would have been the exact same booking the very next day, just maybe slightly shorter matches and tightening up time.
Yeah.
That would have been the only difference. But it would have been the exact same booking either way. So.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so it looks like they had originally was John Moxley versus Ray Phoenix, and he was going to win the belt.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't realize-
wasn't cleared again.
I didn't realize that. So that
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense on why they did what they did.
Well, yeah, because the whole point was they were going to bring Mox back, put it back on Mox for that one, but
Mhm.
he didn't get cleared again. So, all right, well, then as soon as he gets cleared, we can build him back up to going to the Atlantic, or the, that's what it was. It was the All Atlantic, and now it's the International Championship. He can go back up for that after he comes back, but right now we can do this fun thing with Orange Cassidy and change his character a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fine. Like I said, it's a lot better with that context. I didn't know you didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't actually see that.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Overall, it was just a great evening of wrestling for everybody.
Yes, it was actually.
At
That's
the end
literally
of the day.
literally the biggest takeaway anybody can take from that is this was good wrestling. Whichever it was the type of show that you wanted, whichever company you wanted to watch.
And we got
It was literally a WWE show on NXT side, and it was just an AEW show on the other
Right.
side.
and it's like we got two banger shows out of it. So
Cool, fantastic. We got banger show more than we would have gotten in NXT situation, and we got overruns on AEW. So everybody got to go home happy. Really, honestly, you know who won that? You know who won the Battle Title Tuesday? We did. Everybody
wins.
We
Yay!
won. Oh well. Well, now I'm not fulfilled because I'm not angry about something. Oh wait, I'm fulfilled. They did say that WWE completely denied
Oh yeah.
CM Punk
Yeah.
because he had said something to them and they had kind of talked about it, and basically Vince H and who else was it? The other Khan sat
Nick
down
Khan.
and were like, yeah, Nick Khan sat down and we're like, there are way too many negatives for this to be worth our money. So no.
My situation with that is like, let's say he does come back, Survivor Series and whatnot.
Okay.
Would that be as big of a deal, realistically, for him to come back to WWE?
To WWE people, yeah, it would be a victory lap for him.
Well, oh yes, but like I feel like overall, like he's gone for 7 years, and then he comes back to AEW. It's this huge thing, but then like he returns to WWE, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I would be excited because that's just me, but like it wouldn't be as big of a thing, you know?
What was that tweet you put for the channel, and you were like, oh, it's 10. I'm complete 10. And I was like, it's a 5 for the podcast. I'm at a 0. You're at a fucking 10. Let's be honest. I don't want to see his ass ever again, but whatever. If you're gonna bring him back, I can't really say anything about it. We'll deal with it. But like, I'm at a 0 for interest on that motherfucker.
It's like, what do you even do outside of having like a match with Seth Rollins? Like, you have a match with Seth Rollins, and then it's like,
he would get his man, and then people would be like, oh, cool. And we're just back with Punk again. Okay. Is he hurt again?
You know what I want?
He's probably hurt again.
You know what I want? I want him to come back, and I want him to do the exact verbatim, word for word, finish the story promo that Cody Rhodes did. Except instead of it being about the title, it being about headlining WrestleMania.
Oh, it wouldn't be word for word, but it would literally be like, did you just copy someone's homework and change the words? Because that's what it sounds like you did.
The story.
I gotta establish my legacy, get what I deserved. I think you should stop watching Cody promos. I just think it's a good idea.
Did Seth ever get his main event at WrestleMania? I don't remember.
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure.
I gotta look now.
I don't remember. I've watched so much. I've slept since then.
Okay, so the only time he's been in the main event is when he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Really? That's sad.
So that technically no, he hasn't.
No, that sucks.
So there we go. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, main event, bam.
No, they're gonna make a job to Cena again.
Oh, please, writer's strike. Let's wrap this shit up. I know we're wrapping it up and we're getting there, but let's wrap it up faster, and then John Cena and The Rock can go back to TV.
Or, I mean, don't, and also don't use them, because I don't care about seeing either one of them on TV anymore. I mean, John Cena I'm okay with. I just don't like the. I don't know. There's something about him that just fucking irks me, and I can't explain it. And people are like, "How do you not like The Rock?" I don't know. I think he's a piece of shit for some reason. There's a vibe about him that says piece of shit for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading the room wrong. That's the way it feels, and I'm just fucking done seeing him in any capacity. So I guess put him back on. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Put him back on TV. Put him back on that stupid fucking show nobody watches. Oh wait, didn't that get canceled? I think Young Rock got canceled.
Probably. Did anybody watch Young Rock?
No, that's why it got canceled.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it got multiple seasons. It has 3 fucking seasons.
I had no idea. I thought it had like 1.
I knew it had 2, but I didn't know they did 3. Okay, it's canceled after season 3. Oh, thank God it's done. Do you ever want to see somebody completely lie about everything that they've ever done? Watch Young Rock. Because not only is it a lie because some of it's kayfabe,
Yeah.
but also it's a lie because he's just lying about actual events.
Right.
Like, it's not even like they took creative license for some reason. They are just out and out lying. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. And Dwayne Johnson plays himself, and so does Randall Park. And they play themselves as him managing fucking Dwayne going for the presidency. It's a weird show. It really creeps me out. There's something weird about that show that I don't like. Oh, maybe it's just him. Anyways, moving on. Is there anything else we have to talk about for this
I
shit?
think that's it. Mainly wanted to
Are we done?
just talk about yesterday. I think that's gonna wrap it up. But
Yeah, I think that's all, man. Okay.
yeah. But
Holy shit.
anyways, if you guys are not subscribed yet, you should definitely do so. Check out all the
Please.
social stuff and the links below. Like the video, leave a comment, all of that stuff.
Yup.
Back with another one next week. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, peace out, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one. And we'll catch you next time. Yeah.
Okay, bye.